Hey guys, it's Boston back with another Show It Off Sunday, a chance for me to show off a little piece of my collection. And this is, again, kind of like a TTM project. I have a picture of Fenway Park. It's an 8x10 that I've gotten signed by, seems to me to be about a dozen former Red Sox. I'll go through each one. And this started out as a TTM project. And then, again, after a while, I added enough where I did not feel comfortable sending it out. That happened. I went to like I said, the New Hampshire baseball dinner, added a bunch of guys, and that plus the TTM guys were essentially too much for me. So it started with right here, Dom, I don't know if you can see that, Dom DiMaggio signed right over center field. I think when he was living, it was a $20 fee, so he signed it. Then it went off to Jim Lonborg, Dave Ferris, Bobby Dorr, I signed over second base, and Frank Malzone. And so that was basically the start of the project, setting it to those guys. Now, in the middle of that, right here over the scoreboard, Fred Lynn did a signing in Pawtucket, so I added Fred Lynn. You can't really see it, can you? Maybe you can. So Fred Lynn did a signing. So I added him, and at that point, I kind of retired it from TTM, figuring DiMaggio's on it, Lynn's on it, and I got a whole bunch of guys. And then that next spring, there was the baseball dinner. At the baseball dinner, I was able to add Rico Petrocelli. Joe Morgan, the former manager, that was TTM as well. Various signings. Rico Petrocelli at the baseball dinner. Bill Lee signed for free at Pawtucket one year. Jim Rice, before he was a Hall of Famer, I think this was an $8 autograph, signed at a local show. Here's Bill Monbouquet. Right here, he signed for free at Pawtucket. Down here is Brock Holt. He signed at the baseball dinner. Underneath him is Bernie Carbo. Same baseball dinner. Daniel Nava down here, who hit a grand slam in his first major league at bat, I think on his first pitch, signed at the baseball dinner. In black Sharpie, Oil Can Boyd right here. Baseball dinner. Bob Stanley, a different baseball dinner, different year, but he signed down here. I don't know if you can see it. Louis Tiant, same thing, baseball dinner. Rich Gedman, baseball dinner. Down here is Jared Saltalamacchia, baseball dinner. Lou Merloni, baseball dinner. Up here is Al Nipper, who I actually caught at Pawtucket while waiting for Bill Lee, and I skipped one, Jose Santiago. They were doing a signing, and he was scouting or something, and so I grabbed him. He was on the 86 team, so significant enough for me. And then a couple more that I want to point out specifically right here along the first baseline is Bill Buckner. And when he was a manager of the Brockton Rocks, I went there super early one day and just kind of stood around until he showed up, and he willingly signed it for me and signed a few cards. It's funny, he kind of looked at me and said, "I'm not signing all these." I was like, "I'm totally okay with that, whatever you feel like signing." This was at a charity function. This is Bobby Valentine, former manager. At the time, I was like, I might as well add it to him. He's got the unique position of being a Red Sox manager. I'm not going to remove the autograph, which is fairly easy to do if you really want to. But he's probably the cringe-worthy most person on this list. But then, in 2010 or 2011, certain pitcher did a toy drive locally. And I, of course, was fifth in line. And if you can see his signature, it's perfectly right on the light part right there. Pedro Martinez. So he's probably the best on this, and what has made it absolutely no private signings. It will be only in person. If I have an opportunity for free or very cheap player, I will bring this to get signed. There's not a ton of room. I could probably fit something here. Something here, maybe here. But overall, it's a really nice piece. It's a really cool display piece. And again, it's an idea for you TTMers. Pick your favorite team, and a Yankee piece would be really cool. You may not get any of those legends on it, but you could put together a pretty cool signed Yankee Stadium piece. Or if you want it to be the Kansas City Royals, you could get a nice picture of Kauffman Stadium. I mean, it's easy to start, easy to send to. And then when you hit that limit, then you start doing the in-person signings, or you do the private signings and send it with insurance. So this is you know, kind of when I had this on my wall, this was kind of the centerpiece of my like just all-time Red Sox collection, with, you know, surrounded by like pictures of Yaz and Ted Williams and stuff. But this is kind of a nice little piece to talk about and check out who's on there. As it stands, there's what, 3 Hall of Famers: Jim Rice, Pedro Martinez, and Bobby Doerr, which isn't so bad. That's actually kind of cool. And then most of these guys, not all, but most, are in the Red Sox Hall of Fame. I can say for sure that Rico Petrocelli is, Jim Rice is, Bill Monbiquette is, Bernie Carbo, at least for his home run, is, Bob Stanley, I'm sure, is, Frank Malzone is, Gedman, Buckner probably is, Tiant, Doerr, Pedro, Lonborg is probably in, Dave Ferris is in. So it's a pretty sweet Red Sox piece. And then after I knew that I was done sending it in the mail, I didn't mat it actually. I bought the mat from Michael's or one of those places, and it went on my wall. And it's been taken down when I had Brock Holt, Bob Stanley, and Lou Merlone sign it. I took it off the wall, took it out of the frame, and brought it out to the signing. So it can be unretired. But I do it with extreme caution, and I do it only when I know that the photo will not leave my hands, except if it's in front of an athlete. Because at this point, you know, there's no real chance at getting Dom DiMaggio again. There's no real chance getting Bobby Doerr again. You can't. Frank Malzone can't. Bill Buckner can't. Unlikely that I'm going to find Pedro Martinez. Al Nipper doesn't sign in the mail. Unlikely I'm going to find him. Dave Bufaris has passed. So a lot of these guys, Bill Monbiquette's passed. So they're irreplaceable. So that showed off Sunday. Another idea for a TTM project. If you wanted to go bigger, get a bigger picture. Get an 11 by 14. It might be a little bit more expensive to mail, but that's your prerogative. Also, this is the only decent Fenway picture I could buy. As you notice, it's really light up here, really dark down here. So when you're shopping online to find a picture, try to look for one that is light all around. Now, in person, I can see all these fine. I don't know how it comes across on camera. I think the bottom part is pretty light. But the lighter you can get with the less dark spaces, the more that your autographs will pop. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gives at least somebody an idea of a project to start. Otherwise, I hope you guys are fawning over my collection and think it's the greatest thing in the world. Until next time, guys, stay safe.